All right. I want to start off by giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, our big brother according to the flesh. Next, I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who are being a great example to His younger brothers that are coming into this truth. Next, I want to give peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. And to you, I would like to say Shalom. All right, it's your brother Lakama coming to you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah. And I entitled this lesson, They Shall Be Amazed at the Strangeness of His Salvation. This is what they fear. And it's the so-called chariots, man. Well, I'm not going to say so-called chariots, but it's the chariots, the so-called UFOs. Because the reason they call them UFOs, because to most people, to the masses, they're unidentified flying objects. But to the men of Great Millstone, us that are in the know, and we have the wisdom of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai given to us, by the elders of Great Millstone through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Now we know what they are. They are the chariots of the Most High, And this video, before I get into this video, is basically a re-upload of Mr. MBB 333. It was a chariot sighting, close to where I work at. I witnessed the lightning storm, but I didn't see the actual portal that opened up. So before I get into this lesson, I'm gonna bring out some scriptures. I'm gonna start off in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Yeah, man, because the prophets of Great Millstone, starting with the elder apostles on down, to us younger brothers, out on the highways and byways, man, trying to labor in this truth to bring forth the hope for the elect, man, so we can seal the elect, man, and make it to the kingdom. And these chariots, they're going to be our salvation, and I'll ride up out of here, man, right before those nuclear missiles hit. So verse 2 again, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. Yeah, man, because you think, because you see the elder apostles and the younger brothers, out on the highways and byways, and we're not in the church, bringing forth this message with suits and ties on, man, expensive suits, expensive shoes, and, bling, bling watches and rings, you'll count our life for madness, man. You think that our end is going to be without honor because we out on the highways and byways in sackcloth. It says, how is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. Verse 8, what have pride profited us? Or what have riches with our vaunting brought us? Yeah, man, because mainly you Americans, man, y'all are very, very proud, man. Like the song say, it's like the song say, I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. Well, the children of Israel, man, we're still in captivity, man. We're not free. And the riches of our people You know, the riches of the Israelites, you know, they y'all done sold y'all soul, man, to the devil, man, to the so-called white man. Y'all done sold out, man. So, you know, since you think you got riches and everything, y'all look down upon the poor of our nation, man. You know, and it says, what have pride profited us? Or what good hath riches with our vaunting brought us? Jump down to verse 14. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. Yeah, man, because you ain't going to remember that guest that tarried with you for one day, man. You ain't going to remember him when he leave. So from there, let's see. Let's get the book of Isaiah. Book of Isaiah, chapter 66. I want verses 1 through 7. It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? And where is the place of my rest? For all those things have mine hand made, and all those things have been, said the Lord Yahweh. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor, and of contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. He that killeth an ox is as if he slew a man. He that sacrificeth a lamb, as if he cut off a dog's neck. He that offereth an oblation, as if he offered swine's blood. He that burneth incense, as if he blessed an idol. Yeah, they have chosen their own ways, and their soul delighteth in their abominations. I will also choose their delusions, and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. Hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hateth you, that cast you out for my name's sakes. Yeah, man, because you people, y'all still believe in the name of Jesus, man. You know, that's not his name, man. That name goes with that idol, man. Cesare Borgia, man. You know, the real name is Yahushua or Mashiach, not Jesus Christ. It says, your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let the Lord Yahweh be glorified, but he shall appear to your joy, and they shall be ashamed. A voice of noise from the city, a voice from the temple, a voice of the Lord Yahweh that rendereth recompense to his enemies. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pain came, she was delivered a man child. And man, when I go into the book of 2nd Ezra, you know, the 13th chapter is going to tell you that Yahweh delivered, you know, his creature, in which is Yahushua, man. You know, Yahushua came, man, and he delivered the children of Israel, mainly the elect, you know, from the death and destruction that's finna get ready to take place. You know, with those thermonuclears hitting this place, which is going to be the lake of fire, man. You know, the children of Israel, the elect, we're going to be beamed up into these chariots, man. We're going to be saved from this coming destruction, man. Hopefully I'm a part of that number, man. You know, so from there, let's see what I want now. Let's see. Yeah, let's get 8. Who hath heard such a thing? Who hath seen such things? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children. Shall I bring to the birth, and not cause to bring forth? Said the Lord Yahweh. Shall I cause to bring forth, and shed the womb, set thy power? Rejoice ye with Jerusalem, and be glad with her. All ye that love her, rejoice for your joy with her. Rejoice for joy with her, all ye that mourn for her. that ye may suck and be satisfied with the breasts of her consolation, that ye may milk out and be delighted with the abundance of her glory. It says, for thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will extend peace to her like a river, and the glory of the Gentiles like a flowing stream. Then shall ye suck, ye shall be borne upon her sides, and be dandled upon her knees, as one whom his mother comforteth. So will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like an herb. And the hand of the Lord Yahweh shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemies. Verse 15, it says, behold, it says, for behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebukes with flames of fire. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Yeah, man. Cause let's see, I'm gonna go to Psalm 68. Psalm 68 chapter, 17th verse. It says, the chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. Yeah, man, it's going to be 20,000, maybe even more chariots, man, that's going to bring death and destruction to this place, man. What I'm about to show you is just one chariot, man, you know, and it's going to be 20,000 of these, man. That may not even be a literal number, man. It may be more than that. Who knows, you know? It says, let's see. All right, from there, let's go back to Isaiah 66. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. All right, now let's go to 2nd Ezra and the Apocrypha. 1 chapter 13, verse 1 through 42. It reads, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. Meaning, you know, Yahushua, when he comes back, he gonna be standing up upon that chariot, man. You know, it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. You know, this chariot is going to be so huge, man. You're not going to know where it began or where it ended, man. It's going to be so huge. It says, after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Yeah, man, because you other nations, man, you're going to be going to war with each other. But, you know, when Yahushua show up with those thousands and thousands and thousands of chariots with his angels, man, y'all going to stop fighting each other, man, and y'all going to turn to try to subdue him. You're going to be so afraid to fight him, but he going to put the spirit on you anyway to come and fight, man. And he going to destroy you, man. And this chapter is going to further tell you. It says, verse 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, all that were, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived. None was left, man. It says, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Yeah, man, because Yahweh, man, and the rest of the angels, you know, they blasted these people with the blast from these chariots, man. These chariots are going to be shooting lasers, man, concentrated fire. And when they hit, man, it's going to just zap things to powder, man. Nothing is going to be left, man, but the smell of smoke, number dust and the smell of smoke, man. That's what he's telling you that he saw in his dream. It says, when I saw this, I was afraid. Afterward saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and called unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and others some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. For as I conceived in mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. For they that were left were not left, were in heaviness. Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them, and to those that are left behind. Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. Yet is it easier for him that is in danger to come into these things, than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, and not to see the things that happen in the last days. As he answered unto me and said, The interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. Meaning Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, is showing Ezra in his dream. He's getting ready to interpret the dream that he dreamed. You know, it says, whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. You know, the men that are out on the highways and byways doing this work, man, starting with the elder apostles, you know, on down to us younger brothers, man. The elder apostles of Great Millstone and other brothers that are not with Great Millstone who teaching the same doctrine, man. You know, it says, he that shall endure the perils in that time have kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. It says, know this therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. Because the scriptures tell you, man, it says, just roughly paraphrasing, it says, he that endureth unto the end, same shall be saved. You know, so nobody's saved yet, man, until those chariots come back and get the hope for elect, man. That's when you're saved, man. You know, saved from your enemies and everybody else that hates you, man. It says, know this, therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. This is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea, the same is he whom the Most High, the same is he whom God the highest hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature. Yep. And he shall order them that are left behind. And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind and fire and storm, and that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the face, that are upon the earth. And he said, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another. That's basically like civil war. It says one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. You know, that's the heavenly realm against the earthly realm. You know, that's why they turn from fighting each other and they turn to try to fight Yahushua and the angels, man. And they got zapped to powder, man. That's one realm fighting against another. It says, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And like in Acts, let's get that. Acts chapter 1, verse 11. The son ascending. It says, I'm just get straight to the point. It says, which also said, ye men of Galilee. Why? This is the angels talking to the 12 apostles. Because by this time Yahushua had ascended into the clouds. It says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, because his name is not Jesus, it says, this same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. Well, let's read up a little bit, because the words in red is Yahushua talking. It says, Acts 1 verse 9, and when he had spoke these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. See, Yahushua, he was beamed up into one of those chariots, man. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, because ascend mean going up, and descend mean coming down. It says, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. So how Yahushua was taken into heaven, he's going to come back from heaven the same way, man, you know, in a chariot. So let's go back. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Where did I leave off at? I just started at 32. In time, let's see. Yeah, I started at 30. I started at 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle. They have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Sion, and Sion shall come, and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wickedness, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. He shall destroy them without labor, by the law which is like unto me. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes, the 10 tribes of the nation of Israel. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Osea the king, whom Salmanasseh the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land, but they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country, where never mankind dwelleth, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And that was basically, the Northern Kingdom, man. The Northern Kingdom, man, they are indigenous to America, man. They was here first, man. Not you Europeans, man. These were the other 10 tribes, man. The so-called Native Americans, Indians, so-called Native American Indians, the Latinos, the Hispanics, so on and so forth. Those are the 10 tribes, man. So, let's see. From there, what I want. So I'm gonna get one more. I'm gonna get the book of Romans right quick. Then I'm gonna start the video. The book of Romans. I'm gonna end with the book of Romans, chapter 13, verses 11 through 14. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and in drunkenness, not in chambering and wantoness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, and make not provisions for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof. That meaning to fulfill the lust of the flesh, man. You got to break away from the lust of the flesh, man. You can't be giving your flesh all the lusts that